Good day, everyone. Welcome to another Chew Chat. I am Justine Dorn, and I'm here with Ron Rayfield.
That's me.
That's him, and Justine, that's me, and this is Alfred. So we have cheesy cauliflower, we have beef steaks, and we have a whole lot of Parmesan cheese, which we are about to demolish.
Oh yes, I can't wait. It smells really good in here.
Yes, it does. I have to admit, I'm not a cauliflower person. I'm a broccoli person. But when I saw this receipt, I just had to try it because this is, for me at least, the first receipt I've seen of cauliflower in the United States. It's from 1823. And cauliflower wasn't grown in the United States until the early 1800s, which is our time period. No one knows exactly. It's not like they said, here he, cauliflower has officially been planted on this day.
January 1st, 1800.
Right. No one knows exactly when, but they know it was the early 1800s, and this is proof because this is from an American cookbook, and it's from 1823.
That's right.
So I thought I just have to try that, plus it has cheese.
Well, you want to say grace, and we can try this because I'm staring at it right now. It's like, eat me.
Let's get started, guys.
It's your turn,
okay. Dear Lord, thank you so much for the company that we have today. Those of us who are watching us, Ron being next to me, the health of our families. Please help us because we need to buy land, and I'm just so appreciative of everything you've done for us. Mm-hmm. But if you can help us to get land, I'd also really appreciate that. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. All right, well, I'm going to serve this up. I'm hungry.
Yes. We haven't had breakfast. This is kind of our breakfast lunch. This is our brunch.
Brunch.
Wow.
It is hotter than a firecracker out here today, guys.
It's actually in here for fun. We decided to finally put a thermometer in here. It's a modern one, but to be accurate, by the fire, it's 111 degrees.
Now that's what it is right now. That's not with it roaring firing.
Yep, so it was just charcoals burning, embers burning when we put it there. So with the fire going, it's probably 120 degrees.
That is good.
Excuse me, I
Bless you.
sneezed. Thank you.
You know, speaking of weather and temperatures.
Needs cheese.
In recent history, in the 80s, there was a really hot summer in 1988, and then we found a document from 1980 last night that lists all the temps every day in July and August, and all but 3 of them days and 4 days in August are over 100, and they're in the 108, 110 range.
Yes.
So it's a cycle. Things just make a cycle, and we're in it right now.
What year was that again?
1980. That's before our time.
1980?
That was, what is that?
No, that's
40 years ago.
That's after our time. What do you mean? It's 1823?
Well, before we were born.
So 1980, Missouri, the recorded temperatures were in the hundreds almost every single day. Ron's going to post a photo of that so you can see. And we've had a lot of local folks, including family, that have told us that they remember a really hot summer about 30 years ago. And it seems to happen once every 30 years.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle. It just comes and goes. So
that's some good news. Maybe next year it'll be a little cooler.
Hopefully, and we won't see this again for 30 years.
The steak is cooked perfectly.
Thank you.
There's just a little bit of cheese in there.
Yep, I made it medium rare. That's how I like it. I do not like cauliflower. I do not care for it.
You don't like it?
I mean, I like the cheese on it. I just don't care for cauliflower.
I actually like it. And I don't like raw cauliflower. The cooked I liked.
Wow.
But hey, let me go back to my weather speech here. Speaking of cooler temperatures, I have here a reading from the Jefferson Papers. In 1776, on July 4th in Philadelphia, which is where the Declaration of Independence was being scripted and voted on, Thomas Jefferson, being the scientist that he was, he had a thermometer set, and he would record temperatures. And because it's July 4th, I figured I just picked that because that's a very significant day in our history for America. At 6 a.m., he recorded that it was 68 degrees. At 9 a.m., it was 72 degrees.
I'm jealous.
At 1 p.m., it was 76 degrees. And then again, at 9 p.m., it was 73 degrees. And that's July 4th.
Wow.
In Philadelphia. I don't think they're that much more north than us on the map. So it must be nice, Thomas.
Yeah.
To have the 70s. I mean, that's what we all think about when we think about summer. We think about sunny and 75, not 103 scorched earth.
Only in Arizona.
Yeah, maybe in Arizona. So I thought that was interesting. How you like steak?
It's good with mushroom catsup. Really good.
I'm floating it over here. It's real good.
I got more over here.
Well, we ain't used it in a while, have we?
Yeah.
I've turned my back on it. I'm sorry, mushroom ketchup.
Don't this look like mashed potatoes?
I was gonna say this could be a substitute for mashed potatoes because it has milk in it. It has butter. You know, and salt and pepper, whatever you want. But if you mashed it up, you would like, something's wrong with these mashed potatoes. What? I just can't put my finger on it, but they look like mashed potatoes. They gotta be mashed potatoes, but what is it?
Haven't you heard of cauliflower rice?
I don't think I have.
People use cauliflower as a substitute for all sorts of stuff.
I guess it's a good blank canvas to kind of, well, it's not blank, but you can doctor it up to mimic something. So we got a beautiful game board back here on the mantle, which you may have noticed. I painted it.
Yeah, he did that.
With the professional assistance of Miss Candy Mahurin. You can see this game board on Candy's latest video over on Cabin Crafts. And if you like this board, now they're made special orders, so you will have to wait if you order one. But if you like the way this one looks, I could probably, you know, copy that pretty easily. Candy does those fancy ones, but if you just like the way that looks,
you can order it whatever color, whatever size, whatever design. You can put your name on it if you want.
Yep.
It's completely up to you.
So email her and ask for a quote on, depending on what size you want, the colors, and she can tell you about a time frame that we can possibly get that to you.
So for cauliflower as a substitute for stuff, it's 'cause it's gluten-free.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's not a wheat. And also it's low calorie. So people use it as cauliflower rice instead of rice because rice has more calories than cauliflower. And then some pizza crusts will have cauliflower crusts if people are gluten-free.
I had no idea.
Yep, like our friend Candy, she cannot eat gluten.
So this would be good for her to eat.
Yeah, she could, I think she could eat this meal.
Well, she'd sure like to because it tastes good. I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
Good, because I don't think I'm gonna eat anymore. I like the steak.
This is, you know, normally I'm just a meat eater, but I do love my veggies. That's why I got big and tall, because I ate my veggies. But this is good.
Any young kids watching, make sure you eat your greens.
And your whiteys.
Oh yeah, and your whiteys, because that's not green.
And your oranges. The carrots.
Yes. Make sure.
Even that and that mushroom.
And your yellows, and your oranges, and your blues, and your purples.
And your reds,
and your reds. Yeah.
You grew up big and strong like Ron.
Oh.
Stop, you're gonna break something in the room.
I'm getting scared. Call the police.
Yeah, I need some more meat.
So you said earlier about Jefferson using a thermometer? What's the history of thermometers? I'm curious.
Oh. Coincidentally, I took a bite when she said that.
Sorry. Beefsteak especially is really chewy compared to pork steak, ain't it? That's why I always cut it up in really tiny pieces so I'm not chewing and chewing and chewing.
So the first thermometer was invented in the late 1500s. And the Fahrenheit measurement that we use today, that comes from the 18th century from a guy named Daniel Fahrenheit. I wish I could invent something and be like, that's the Rayfield, or...
Yeah, that's the Rayfield.
Yep, Daniel Fahrenheit also invented his own thermometer in the early 18th century. I think in the teens, around 17, 13, 14, around there, he invented what we know today as what we know as a thermometer.
A mercury
thermometer.
Mm-hmm.
The precursor in the late 1500s. Didn't have mercury in it. It was more crude with alcohol and water and some other mumbo jumbo stuff. But
the first ones were made out of water. They weren't very accurate. And then it went to alcohol thermometers. Then it went to mercury thermometers until relatively recently, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so depending on your age, you might remember mercury thermometers. If you have a thermometer in your house that's silver, the liquid inside of it is silver, that's mercury.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a thermometer that the liquid inside of it is red, that is modern. For safety reasons, they no longer use mercury usually. The red is actually a type of alcohol, so it's completely safe.
Yeah.
And most thermometers are red now.
I guess they had too many accidents at the doctor's office where they said, don't clench, and then
you clenched.
And then, yeah, it's a bad day.
And you broke it.
It's a bad day.
And then you come in sicker than how you came in, you know?
So anyways, Daniel Fahrenheit invented the mercury thermometer, and he also invented the Fahrenheit scale. About 10 years later, he wrote that, and we use that here in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
The Celsius scale wasn't until the mid-1700s. And I forget what that guy's name was. I think it was...
Was his last name Celsius?
Yeah, actually it was.
Was it really?
Yeah. Anders maybe?
Anders.
So anyways, these guys, you know, name stuff after themselves.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
call this here the Rayfield.
The Rayfield, what does it do?
The Rayfield's cheese onto stuff. No.
It grates a field
No,
of
it's
cheese.
called Rayfielding. It's Rayfielding. Or it's Dorning. This is Dorning cheese right here.
I adorn cheese.
It must be nice to name inventions after yourself. Maybe one day. I got a few ideas wrote down. No, I won't tell you.
I can literally just get a stick and tape a string to it and say, this is the Dorn. What does it do? Absolutely nothing. But it's my invention. I'm going to patent it. It's the Dorn. No one's going to use it, but it's officially the Dorn.
What's the Dorn?
It's a stick that I taped a piece of string onto.
What does it do though?
Absolutely nothing.
Another useless invention.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
I don't know. What's a useless invention in modern times?
A lot of things that... Okay, so people invent things to make their lives easier.
Right.
But sometimes people just invent things to make money or to redo things that people have already been doing without any trouble. Like people that try to reinvent the wheel. So for example, have you ever heard of a plug-in egg boiler?
No.
That was really popular in the 70s and the 80s. Boiling an egg is not rocket science. You take a pot, you fill it with water, and you put the egg in and you boil it. Put some salt in it, you're good. But people wanted to reinvent the wheel. They wanted to make money. So they made I don't know if it was water, I guess it was waterless. And you would put the egg inside of this cup holder, you close it, you plug it in, you wait however long it is, 5 minutes, and then you open it and boom, you have a boiled egg.
So it's like a boiled egg in microwave toaster oven.
Exactly.
Thing. Did George Foreman sign it? Is it a George Foreman?
I don't know. It's also not a John Deere or a Ford or any cool invention. But yeah, so that was a thing for a little bit, but as you can imagine, it didn't really stick.
Yeah.
Because it's boiling an egg. I mean, the gadget's like $20-$30. Why? How many boiled eggs are you gonna eat anyway to have this thing taking up clutter in your kitchen?
That seems like one of them things on TV. Call now and we'll send the second one for free. You just pay separate shipping and handling.
Yes. So there's all sorts of things like that.
Well, it's like they say, some of the greatest inventions come from some of the laziest men out there.
Yeah, because they're trying to make their lives easier.
Hey, can't blame them. That's why we got wood splitters nowadays.
Oh yeah.
That's a useful
Now that's
invention.
a useful invention.
Yeah.
You take a screwdriver, just a regular screwdriver. I've seen it. There's different types of ones.
What are you talking about?
There's different types.
A wood splitter with a
Yeah.
screwdriver?
So I saw one. It's a screwdriver and they sell a special type of drill bit, and the drill bit is designed to cut through logs.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Yeah. Now that's a cool invention. People back in the 1820s would have loved to have that.
It's funny. I remember the old cartoon from when I was a kid of Paul Bunyan. You ever seen that?
No.
Stood 6'3", mountain of a man.
Mm.
Swung his axe, and then
Sounds like Daniel Boone.
somewhat.
Mhm.
Well, it's from our time period, and when the cartoon sets in the early to mid 1800s, and so he's a proud American man, but just he's known for cutting timbers.
Mhm.
And then the wise guy with the steam-powered chainsaw comes out, and he beats him in a competition just by a little tiny bit.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I think it was a Disney thing from the 50s, maybe, but
That's
back when
pretty
Disney
incredible.
was good.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Just made me think of that.
Yeah.
This is so delicious.
Yeah. So I have something completely unrelated to say because that's just how my brain works.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Uh-oh.
To summarize it, guys, we are not Amish. Is that a surprise to you?
No, because we wear colors.
Yeah, well, Amish people wear colors.
But they don't wear historic clothing, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Amish people do not wear historic clothes. Amish people wear
Plain.
Amish clothes. It's a totally different style, the cut of it. They don't wear corsets. They don't wear stays. They don't wear feathers in their hair.
They don't wear breeches.
Yeah, they don't wear breeches.
Now, maybe back in our time period they did, but...
Modern Amish.
Yeah, modern Amish don't.
Yeah.
You even see them at Six Flags. I've
Yeah.
seen 'em.
So I'm mentioning that because we've had some people that have been mistaking us for being Amish. And I absolutely love Amish people.
Oh, yeah.
I love Amish culture. I love Amish food. I'm actually going to go through Arthur, Illinois again in a few days, in 2 days, and we're going to stock up again on Amish mustard, Amish pumpkin butter, because we really like pumpkin butter, and also we're going to buy another pie.
Yeah.
But we are not Amish.
Nope.
So just to be clear, we are historical reenactors. So we have had people, a few sending us Amish things, like Amish dolls, Amish quilts, modern ones, ones that were either made just yesterday or ones that were made in the 1980s. And we really like those things. They're really cute, but they're not period correct.
So we can't show them
Yep,
on the show.
we're not going to use it on our channel. So please don't get offended if you send us something Amish and we're not using it in a historical context, because Amish is over here. 1820s American frontiers people is over here. They are two completely different groups. If you go into a modern Amish house, a lot of their stuff is plastic.
Propane.
They use propane. They use diesel tractors. Oftentimes they'll have a communal payphone at the end of the street. Amish people are amazing people, but do not confuse them for being historical reenactors. They are following a religious vow, you could say. They just don't want to be wired. They don't want electric lines in their house. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're historical reenactors. They kind of just, they do their own
they're
thing.
just old-fashioned.
Yeah, they're old-fashioned, but they do completely their own thing. So, we're not Amish.
I don't have the beard for that.
Yeah, Ron doesn't look like an Amish gent. Nor do I dress like an Amish lady. If you know anything about how Amish ladies dress, or even Mennonite.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not even close. We're doing something completely different. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Amish food.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Amish food, but we're not Amish.
Speaking of Amish, they make good furniture. You know who else makes good furniture?
Right.
Well, I don't want to brag. I make okay furniture. There's a big Fringe Festival coming up in St. Genevieve next month. Really soon. August 13th and 14th. Jour de Fête.
He made this.
Yeah.
He made this table.
I make everything in here. I make
He
the whole
made our
cabin.
dry sink. He made that. He made this table. He made all those cabin boxes.
The
He made
writing desk.
Everything.
We'll have
The
them for
candle
sale.
box. Yep. So
The
tell
dry
him.
sink.
Tell
So
him Jour de Fête.
yeah. So Jour de Fête. It's an arts and crafts festival.
Mm-hmm.
For all ages, all periods. It's not all historical. Normally, I've done more of the modern farmhouse stuff, and that has done really well. But with as much involvement as we've had with history over these last few years, I've decided to make the switch, and this year's showcase is going to be early American colonial
Folk art,
primitives,
furniture.
kind of furniture.
Yeah.
So no more of the rustic white stuff. There might be one piece that's off white, but we're gonna start doing some more primitive stuff. And I think it's gonna go over really good. Candy's gonna join us too in the booth and help us decorate and stuff.
Yes.
So if you would like to come check it out, come check out our awesome town. That's the second full weekend of August. Feel free to stop by and say hi. We'll probably be busy because there's thousands of people and we'll be working. So we must talk to people and hand out business cards. So, but if you'd like to come say hi right quick, please do. Or if you'd like to place an order, everything there is you can order it any shape, size, or color.
Yep.
Completely
customizable, or whatever kind of wood you want. Even.
Right, yeah. If you want walnut wood instead of pine wood, it's always going to cost more money.
Yep,
but
and Ron will make it.
yeah, I'll make it. And if it's something small enough we can ship, or you can drive back across the country to pick up a dining table, whatever you want to do.
Right.
So anyways, that's my public service announcement for that.
Jour de Fête, if you're going to come to St. John on any day, that's a good day to come because that event is, I read it's one of the largest, or the largest trade show in this part of Missouri.
Or this part of
in Missouri.
This part of the country, I think, in the Midwest.
In the Midwest.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty big. It's an open one, so it's not inside of a building. It's scattered all throughout downtown.
On the streets.
On the streets, so people will just set up tents or lean-tos, and they'll be selling their wares, and it's handmade things. People are also selling foods that they make.
The fresh squeezed lemonade stand is good. They got the old tractors doing the ice cream. That's really good. And the line is like forever long for that.
How many vendors would you say?
That I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
At least 100.
At least 100.
At least 100.
At least 100 vendors.
At least.
There's probably
150.
Probably 200.
200.
Vendors, maybe even more.
Yeah.
I really haven't paid attention to that part. But I do know that they expect like 10,000 people to come through.
Woo! So last year I helped Ron with it.
And it's free. It's not, you don't have to buy. It's not like a county fair where you got to pay a ticket or parking.
Yeah, you can just walk and look and window shop if you want.
And you can probably find that information on Facebook or the internet if you type in Jour de Fête.
Yes. And so last year I helped Ron with his stand. He was selling furniture.
We did really good last year.
Yeah, and at the time I only knew him for 3 months. I'd only been dating you for 3 months, Ron.
All May, June, July. Okay, yeah. Well, 3 and like a week or 2.
Okay. And so when I show up there, there's a gentleman there, and he says, "Oh, what are you here for?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just helping my boyfriend out." And he's like, "Wow, how long have you been dating?" And I said, 3 months. And he said, "You are a good girlfriend because it's going to be a hard day."
It's hot.
It's very hot out, especially this year it'll be. And it's hard work, but we're trying to save up money so we can get land and build our forever homestead. So, in life you got to work hard.
Sacrifices.
You have to make sacrifices. You have to work hard so that someday when you're 80 years old, you can lean back on your property and you can say, "I am so glad that I did that when I was
We did it!
We did it! We made it!"
We did it, Ma!
Yeah. So just come and find us. We're going to be one of the tents.
Yep. We'll be in the grassy section. If you show up and you're walking along, you see a grassy section, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. So Ron's going to be selling his furniture. He's going to be selling quilt boxes, corner wall hutches.
Yeah, corner cabinets.
Corner cabinets, pantry cabinets.
We'll have a dining table on display as well.
Yep.
Um,
We'll also be selling some of Candy's stuff.
Ooh,
And yeah.
I got all this to eat.
I'm really excited about it. We're going to be in period clothes because we're selling period correct items. No, I'm going to be in
100
period
degrees, I ain't
clothes.
doing it.
I will be. I will be in period clothes.
The good news is there is power, so we can set up a fan so we don't die.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, see, that's another thing I need to talk about. Okay, it's 111 degrees in here right now. I don't know how we're still alive. Probably because of our youth. And that's the only reason. If we did this in like 30 years, we would literally melt like that candle right there. But you guys have been telling us, just get an AC unit. Or put a fan somewhere.
Can't do it.
We can't do it. We can't do it because it'll
Power
make...
for one.
Yeah, because we need electricity. And then secondly, because it'll make a humming noise in the background of all of our videos. And that'll just completely ruin our videos.
Right.
And, you know, your experience right now to me is actually more important than my experience. Yes, we're sweating. Yes, we're an inch away from the grave. But you're enjoying this video. And that's what makes me happy. So I'm going to power through it.
Boom!
Yeah! But I think we are going to have to cut the video soon.
Soon?
Yeah.
Can I finish this first?
Yeah, you can finish that.
Yay!
I only say that because I feel like a wet sponge right now. I'm sweating. And you know it takes a lot to make me sweat. I'm not one of those people that sweats a lot.
I actually feel pretty good.
Wow.
Surprisingly.
Wow.
I think I've just gotten used to it finally.
Maybe. Or your body has just given up.
I've sweated all I have.
Yeah.
I do have one more thing to talk about.
Oh, what is it?
You know, this thing's jam-packed today, so hope you're all taking notes. In September, St. Genevieve...
We have another event.
It's the St. Gen Militia's Rendezvous encampment on September 10th and 11th. We'll be there both days. But that'd be a really cool thing to come see. So if you'd really like to meet us, and we're going to have a full camp set up, Justine to be cooking, the militia will be there. There'll be some people selling some things that they make. I guess an example would be like a scrimshaw. Some guy might be doing something on a horn. Another guy makes leather bags, and yeah, it's gonna be really fun.
Yep.
And that's gonna be held at the backyard of the Bold Duke House in St. Genevieve. They got a huge backyard, and that's where we're gonna go this year. And
and the Bold Duke is an 18th century house. It's a vertical log French house right in downtown St. Genevieve.
Yep.
It's also where our landlord, Geoff, is currently residing. So you have seen it before. It's that house. We're going to be in the yard of it for this event.
And for those of you that visit there, I get a kick out of whenever we meet people. And we say, yeah, we just seen Mr. Jeff there. It's like, yeah, he's the director of the museum.
Yep.
It's fun meeting you all. I love this. We need to make this again. I didn't put any pepper on it. I'm just now realizing.
See, that's pepper that he had to grind up himself with a mortar and pestle from whole peppercorns. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or however they do that.
I can't get over this mushroom catsup. I just love how tangy it is. I love tangy things.
That's about creamy that is.
You can have mine if you want it.
I'll tell you.
As far as cauliflower goes,
okay, try
this is the best you can do.
Try it with the pepper. That's a lot better with pepper.
No, I don't like cauliflower.
But you got to eat your veggies so you get bigger in color.
It's too late for me.
Okay.
I can only get bigger horizontally, not vertically anymore. Fine.
I understand.
Okay. Give me a little bit. Please. Will this magically transform this dish?
You got to put more than that on there.
I'm only going to eat that one corner, though. I'm only going to eat that.
I mean, it worked for me. But I already loved it.
Yeah.
If you already hate it, you're just going to hate it.
I'm glad you do like it.
No better?
I don't like cauliflower.
Okay.
Now it's just cauliflower with pepper.
I know, right?
That's all there is. You said I made a good dinner last night. What did I make? Now that was pretty good. gosh, I heard that go down your throat.
Is it bad that I kind of forgot what you... Wait, I remember now. I eat so fast I forget.
Tell him!
We had fresh sausages, and then we had cabbage sweated down in the skillet with bacon, and then we had, what was the other? Roasted potatoes.
Yes. We had southern fried cabbage, we had roasted potatoes, and we had bratwurst. And it was really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
That was really good. I like cabbage if I make it my style. I don't like it with vinegar, really. I mean, I'll eat it, but I prefer southern fried style.
I took the mean old cauliflower.
Thank you, Ron. It was pretty mean. Wow, you're eating essentially an entire head of cauliflower.
I am, ain't I?
Yeah, you are.
What's the benefits of cauliflower?
Cauliflower, it has a lot of sulfur in it. It has a little bit of vitamin C in it. Sulfur's good for you. It helps your body to produce antioxidants. And so cauliflower was only introduced to the United States in the early 1800s, but it had been around in England and France since the early 18th century. But it had been around before that in other countries in the Mediterranean and other parts of Europe. So I found out yesterday that cauliflower is in the mustard family. I think it's in the mustard family, and it's also the same family and the same species apparently as broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and a few other things I can't think of right now.
That's really neat.
So all of these things come from a common ancestor. It was bred into existence by humans from, I think, originally from wild mustard a very long time ago.
That's why I love it, because I love mustard.
Yeah, we love mustard.
So you eat that?
No. So food used to look a lot different, depending on how far back you go. Now, by our period, a lot of things we eat, vegetables, they were around. But if you're a medieval reenactor, or even earlier than that, some of the things ancient Roman, some of the vegetables and fruits just haven't been bred into existence yet. Or if you're a caveman reenactor, which is something else Ron and I talked about, we're like, who reenacts caveman still? Man want woman. Woman like man. Does man like woman's cooking? Oh. Yes. Woman marry man.
Well, look at it. I ate it all.
Good.
And mostly of yours.
Well, guys, I think we're gonna head on out.
Yep.
We're gonna step outside.
Yep.
It's 10 degrees cooler out there, so what a relief, right?
You did say sulfur, right?
Yeah, sulfur.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Sulfur makes Ron fart.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye, take care.
Bye-bye.